is a legitimate pursuit. Seeking special dispensations, however, will not get us very far. 5. Draw the maximum benefit from the scholarship schemes announced by the government in recent months and years. 6. Mobilize opinion for channeling income from Awqaf for setting up new educational and professional institutions. This has been done in some places, and the practical need is to universalize it. 7. Endeavor to go beyond charity to organize and focused philanthropy so that adequate resources are mobilized for medium and large-scale interventions in the educational sector. And lastly, seek equity, not concessions, from the state, and draw practical lessons from success stories of others, including our own, elsewhere in the country. This wider setting, ladies and gentlemen, is relevant to the Aligarh alumni's understandable concern for the institution so dear to us. For many of us, however, this is not the university in which we spent our youth. We live in fast-changing times. The AMU of yesterday had lesser numbers, greater spaces, fewer pressures. On each count today, the situation has worsened. This has impacted adversely on the output in diverse ways and has become a matter of concern. Innovative thinking rather than nostalgia is the call of the hour. Funding by the government takes care of salaries, pensions, and normal expenditure of the university. This is substantial, but leaves insufficient amounts for developmental purposes, for re-equipping of laboratories, opening of new courses, upgradation of facilities, construction of new hostels, etc. Alumni support in some other universities in the country has ameliorated these in good measure, and there is no reason why AMU alumni cannot do likewise. Infrastructure is one aspect of a new agenda. More important is the quality of the intake and the crafting and content of courses. AMU needs to respond to the challenges of the 21st century of a knowledge society and of a globalizing world. Some of what is taught and the way it is taught has become irrelevant. Reorientation of courses of study and of methodology of teaching has become a necessity. At the same time, the hallmark of a good university remains the quality of research undertaken by its scholars. To further the frontiers of knowledge, it must retain a balance between theoretical and applied research. A report produced by the university recently aimed at raising the potential in teaching and research has identified problems pertaining to accountability, teaching performance, and research output. These need to be rectified expeditiously. Within the ambit of a university, there are specific requirements of higher education, professional education, and distant education have to be met. None can be neglected. In the final analysis, a university has to be responsive as well as responsible. Responsive to societal demands and responsible to its role of guiding reflection and policy making in a society. An imbalance between the two would be detrimental to the institution and a loss to society. I wish this conclave success in its deliberations. It should go beyond Nashistan Guftan Barkhastan and come forth with practical suggestions on what the alumni can do to help the AMU orient itself. Only then would it be said with conviction, "Kuch ho raha hai इसको हवस में भी इम्तियाज आए हैं अब मिजाज में तेरा, आया है अब मिजाज तेरा इम्तिहान पर। थैंक यू।
Sir, we all listened to your erudite speech, laced with wit and humor. I profoundly thank you, sir, on behalf of the alumni of Aligarh Muslim University. Thank you, sir. May I now request Professor Javed Akhtar, Organizing Secretary, to move the vote of thanks.
ख़वातीन हज़रात, ये जॉइंट समिट जावेद अख्तर साहब के सुपुर्द किया गया था। प्रोफेसर ऑफ मैनेजमेंट ने ये साबित किया है